making Sanity. We are a bookshop, yarn store, place for crazy people to gather and drink coffee and tea in Dawson Creek, BC. And we're
Canada.
also
I always add that because people might not know where
That's true.
BC is.
BC is British Columbia. In northern Canada is where we are.
Yeah. And it started snowing. We got a foot of snow in the last 2 days.
Well, it started snowing in September, but I think this is like
this
winter
is actually
snow.
winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had actually started a sale last week and said, winter is coming sale. And we need to like go around and cross out and vote here.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But so that's us. I'm Lou or Ange.
Oh, sorry. I interrupted.
Okay.
I'm Cindy or Sid.
Yeah. I go by both. I like Lou. Ange is fine. So people who've known me for a while.
It's really hard. Yeah, it's really hard to switch. But I'm trying. Look, the list says Lou everywhere. The Lou list. Because she needs a list.
I feel like we're watching hockey. There's a goalie called Luongo, and every time he does something good, everybody cheers Lou.
Or if he does something bad, the other guys cheer Lou.
Yeah.
Well, boo Lou. Boo Lou. Sorry.
We're crazy. We also like hockey, as you may have gathered from that.
Yeah.
And this is a knitting podcast.
It really
if we didn't mention that.
Well,
so let's start with knitting content. Cindy has an FO.
Oh wow, I look special.
It needs blocking.
I finished a hat. It does need blocking, but it is for someone with a much bigger head than me.
Yeah.
Bigger that way, and it's
deeper as
long.
Well. We tend to have a lot of people asking for like larger men's size hats. So
yeah. This pattern is Northward by Tin Can Knits.
they have great patterns.
Sorry, I got the burpees.
We're recording after dinner again, hence the harsh lights, because it's dark here before we close.
She got a new phone, and actually it looks way better.
It does, the contrast
I don't
is better.
have like the shiny spot. I mean, my hair looks grayer. Maybe I should leave the hat on. I've had gray hair since...
My forehead doesn't look see-through.
Yeah! I've had gray hair since I was 17, so I don't really care about the gray.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, this is my hat.
It's a good thing, because there's a lot
There is a lot of it. Every time I get my hair cut, it's like, oh, the floor is covered in gray.
Because she's old.
I'm ancient. I'm 40.
You're just 40?
I'm just 40. She's ancient. The yarn is Malabrigo Chunky.
You're hugging your hat.
I quite like this yarn.
It's nice.
We ordered a whole bunch of it, and it hasn't sold that well, so I've just been knitting things with it, and then they sell. So, the large size did take a bit more than one ball. Yeah. So now I have leftovers that I think I'm going to do either a baby hat or a kid hat to match it.
That'd be cute as a set, like a...
Yeah, it's a lovely, just really simple, basic cable. Yeah. I love cables. And I love chunky yarn because it took me very little time. So that's
a nice yarn too. We got some of these in variegated colors, but I really like their subtle tonals and semi-solids.
Oh, this is Verdis.
That doesn't sound right.
Verde.
Oh, Verde.
I'm like, in French it would be Verde. Verde.
Is it V-E-R-D-E?
D-E-S. It's Spanish. Or Spanish?
Well, it would be. Malabrigo is...
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if it was Spanish or Portuguese.
Oh, no, it'd be Spanish.
But yeah, I got lovely...
It's her gnome hat.
Yeah, I was like doing this with it, and she's like, you look like a gnome.
Well,
no, not anymore.
She was making bad faces, and it was up like that. Oh, don't do that.
That face is totally going to be our start screen, isn't it?
No, it's not.
I hate every time. I know I have. Yeah, I'm very staticky as well. Every time, like, it suggests 3 start screens, whatever they're called, and they're always us going.
You can upload a different one, but I just think it's funny to pick whatever.
Well, and usually one of us looks all right, and the other is like in the background. Or in the foreground, I guess. Yeah. Anyway. My lovely FO.
It's a nice hat.
That's my FO.
And it's super squishy.
You have an FO?
I do. I have a spinning FO. I haven't shown spinning in a while.
Yeah.
This is... Excuse me.
You keep losing your voice.
I do.
Only when we're podcasting. The rest of the time, she's like...
This is Malabrigo Noob fiber. And it's hand spun. in the Candome colorway, which I really love. It's got golds and purples and blues and greens, and I really love how the color is showing off much better than it usually did on my old phone.
I'm very excited about this phone.
But yeah, I really love it. And this is there's a 25 gram skein as well, but just to show the colors. Like, it's just really nice colors.
And it looks so good chain plied.
This isn't chain plied, it's 2-ply.
Oh, okay. This one's chain plied.
No, it's 2-ply.
Oh.
I ran out of time, so I had to finish the bobbins.
Oh. Well, it looks really good.
Thanks.
Because usually 2-ply is very barber pole-y.
Yes, I had separated the colors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they just blend really well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I really love it. Some of you may have seen the video I did on steaming fiber, and Mal Rios is one of the ones I always steam.
Not Rios.
Sorry. Noob. Mal Noob is one of the ones I always
this is Rios,
steam.
you don't really need to steam it.
If you have any sort of compacted fiber, whether it's because you've had it in storage for a while or it came that way when you bought it, steaming it makes the difference. I think the first time I spun Noob,
oh, you were miserable.
My hands hurt. I couldn't do it for more than like half an hour, and I had like pain up through here because it was so hard to draft. And it took me, I think, about 3 weeks to spin the first skein, or first braid I spun. And then I tried steaming it the second time, and it took me like a week and no pain, and I could spin as long as I wanted. It was just, and yeah, I liked it a lot. But like, their colors are amazing, so it's totally worth the 5 minutes it takes to steam a fiber. Like, they're just incredible, incredible colors. Yeah, I love it. And it's really bouncy yarn. Like, it's every bit as nice as their yarn. She's bouncing this game.
Doesn't bounce very well.
It's really plump, and like it has those same characteristics that their yarn does. Yeah. And I spin a worsted spun, so it doesn't accentuate that plump, squishy squishiness.
Squishy nice.
It doesn't accentuate the squishiness factor, and yet it's still squishy because the fiber is so nice. Yeah. So yeah, I really like it.
You spun me some. I'm trying to remember if I've knit it yet.
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think I have. Woohoo! I gotta find that. Yeah. I have so much yarn.
So
yeah, we'll get into that.
So that's my FOs.
Yes.
Is spinning FOs.
And then she has some spinning news.
I do. Okay, so I've raved a few times about my favorite fiber being, it's a specific, like, fiber dyed by one lady from one specific farm. It's dyed by Kate at Heavenly Wools in New Zealand, who has an Etsy shop called Heavenly Wools, but she's just in the process of setting up her website, heavenlywools.co.nz, so that her blog and her shop are all together. Yeah. But she dyes Honui New Zealand half-bred, and New Zealand half-bred is a registered breed in New Zealand, but the Honui farm, Fiona, I think Fiona is the lady who breeds the sheep. I could be wrong on that. But she has kind of line bred these sheep to kind of make a spinner's flock. So it's like the best, finest, nicest fleeces of these New Zealand half-bred, and she breeds for those characteristics so that it's better for spinning. And Kate put out a call for ambassadors, and basically said, like, in exchange for free fiber, you agree to promote her stuff. And I applied because I love her stuff, and I got one of the ambassadorship programs.
She was very excited. She was like dancing around all day.
It was awesome. Yeah. I love it. Like, I just ordered 12 braids.
Yeah.
I usually order once a year because the cost of the shipping is expensive. So I buy, like, you know, somewhere between 6 and 10 for a year. And this year I thought I'd splurge and buy 12. And then I got the ambassadorship program, so I'm going to get even more.
You are going to have so
I'm
much
going to be
fiber.
spinning Honui all year, and it's going to be fabulous.
You brought some of your new ones to show, didn't you?
Yes. Since I just got an order like 2 days before I found out I got this, I thought I'd show you some of my stash acquisitions. So she has these beautiful gradient skeins, And so the fiber to spin is as soft as merino, but a little less likely to pill and fuzz up, because it's a little bit longer staple length and stuff like that. This one is called At Heart a Prince, and it's the red dyed over the Moorit Humbug blend. So Moorit is kind of the rusty beigey brown. And so this is the natural colors. She's got the light and the dark mixed in, and then she dyes this pinky red over it. It's just beautiful.
It is.
And then,
it's so cool to see like the fiber and then the finished spun, and then it knit up. Like they just, it's really fascinating.
Yeah.
Because I'm not good at like looking at, she's a little staticky. I was the staticky. Before.
This one,
I'm always staticky. So.
This one is Mango Tango.
This is my magic. It's my superpower.
This is Mango Tango, and I love this. I'm not a fan of pastels, but I really like when you can see the natural color of the fiber kind of peek through on the lighter spots. So this one's just a variegated braid, and I'm super excited to see how it spins up. And it's on the light gray, like that's pretty much the natural color right there. I'm so excited. And she has like some that's fine, about 23 microns, 24 microns in thickness, and some that's, her medium Honwe is about 27 or so. And she has Honwe silk blends, both with Tussa silk and Bombyx or mulberry silk. It's known by both names. But this one, I love. It's called Velvet Curtains, and it's the...
You've done that before.
I have.
In the same base?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I loved it so much I got it again. It was before we did the podcast though.
Oh, okay.
But it's got the kind of same 3 tones of natural grays blended together, and then she dyes over it. And it makes, like, I just pulled this out and hand spun it, so it just looks fuzzy, but you get this kind of mixed dark red that has a lot of depth to it. Because it has the darker and lighter tones in it, and I love spinning it. So this one's going to be something I keep for me.
Cool.
I don't know what it'll be, but, and then just to show her Honwe silk blends. So of the several types of silk, mulberry is kind of the shiny, everybody thinks of silk.
Yeah.
Like it's that smooth, shiny, shimmery silk. And then Tussa silk is a wild silk. So it's much less shiny and a little, not coarser, but a little less smooth. Like if you picture the smoothness of mulberry silk, it's a little less. This is her 70% New Zealand half-bred and 30% Tussa silk. So lovely. This is the less shiny version, and look at the color and sheen on that. Actually, oh, it actually looks a little flatter than it is. There's actually a fair bit of sheen, but this is one of her gradients, so it goes from the gray into the dark red there.
That's so pretty.
And it's just, I love this. This was a spin I did a little while ago, but I don't have any unspun silk wool blends right now. So
you just showed one.
No, those were all 3 just New Zealand.
Oh, I thought you were talking, okay, you were holding it while talking about the silk, so.
Oh, yeah, no, those were all just New Zealand half-bred.
Okay.
And this is her half-bred silk blend.
It's pretty.
So I'm super excited to be spinning more. So, yeah. And it's such a generous program. Like she, I think she did 2 people, or she was looking for 2 people internationally and 2 people in Australia or New Zealand. And so she's sending out, she put a call out on her Ravelry group, and she's sending out 1 braid of fiber per month. And then as long as you fulfill your commitments in the ambassadorship, at the end you get a custom fiber box.
That's really cool. That's
like,
really,
and you get to keep
cool.
all of the fiber.
Yeah.
So
you have to send like pictures, and you have to talk about it on.
Yeah, which I do anyway because I love it.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah. Okay,
so yeah,
let's go on.
Okay,
I have some other FOs.
Okay, fiber.
My FOs aren't fiber.
No,
my FOs are mini silks. What a shock! I am almost done, so I'm making 24 for my friend for an advent calendar, and then I want some more for the store. But I just thought I'd show you some of the cute little ones I did. So this is Knit Picks Hawthorn.
You can tell the higher twist, like it just shows in the yarn.
This is Cullinet Jitterbug. I got that from, I think, Jocelyn.
From our yarn swap?
Oh no, this one wasn't from the yarn swap.
Just
this
extras.
This one may have been from a previous yarn swap. This one came from our yarn swap this year.
I like that one.
It's a little bit of
Festival sock.
Festival sock from Fleece Artist Handmaiden in their Canada 150 colorways. This is the national parks. This is the Yukon.
Yeah,
which is
supposed
so cool.
to look like the Northern Lights.
And it so does. It's so funny because I did this yarn, well, in a different base, but this colorway in a hat for my sister, and because it was kind of cabled, it looked like the Northern Light. Like,
the colors dance across the cables.
You know, I bet you a lot of people haven't seen the Northern Lights.
Oh yeah,
Northern Lights are amazing.
We should ask your aunt if we can show some of her pictures.
I don't know how
her aunt is an amazing photographer, and they are just beautiful pictures.
This is another one of the. This is the Merino Slim base,
which was a single.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how well the mini sock would knit up on a single, and it worked great. Yeah. This is the PEI. And then this...
Just as a side note, wouldn't recommend that for real socks. They won't wear as well, but for mini socks, it's fine for ornaments.
Maybe bed socks if you wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then this last one is some yarn I got in Portugal. Not Portugal.
No, Barcelona.
I went to Barcelona about 6 years ago, and I made some socks from it, but this is from my leftovers, and it's by a dyer from Barcelona called
Greta and the Fibers.
Greta and the Fibers. And it's great. It was so funny because I went to a yarn store in Barcelona because, you know, I was going and I knew I had to.
She had to get yarn.
And I walked in and I'm looking around and it's all the stuff you can get in Canada.
Malabrigo.
Like, it was Malabrigo and I can't even think of who else, but like all the same stuff that you could get at our yarn stores in Calgary when we were there. And I was like, I was looking around, and I kind of greeted the lady greeted me, but it was very obvious she didn't do English very well.
Yeah.
And
do English?
Yeah.
You don't either.
I don't do English very well, and I definitely don't do Spanish or Catalan.
Catalan, yeah.
But so I was just looking around, and then I spotted this cute little shelf with just hand dyed by someone in Barcelona, and I was just thrilled. So I got like 4 of them. So cool. Boop, boop, boop. Anyway, mini socks. I am done knitting the 24.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a couple more than 24. I just have to finish putting loops on some of them.
Yeah.
And then they will be off. It's so funny because some are much bigger than others.
Yeah. Well, just some yarns are a little bit thinner or thicker.
But yeah, I've been having lots of fun with that, but those are my FOs.
Minis are adorable.
I haven't done a whole lot of knitting the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Until yesterday I did some crochet, which you'll see.
I sort of monopolized her time, but what about this? But what about this? But what about this?
Yeah.
So
Fiberfest.
But some of those she mentioned were from our yarn swap, and
we did a yarn swap.
Without buying stuff, trade away some of our personal yarns that we didn't love anymore for other stuff. And I got a few.
Well, shall we go back and forth?
Oh, okay. I was just going to do one shot.
You start.
Okay, I'll do one, you do one.
Okay, whatever.
Okay. This is my acquisitions, and you may notice a slight theme that I was in a purple mood. Some of these are coming up a little more pink or blue than they are, but yeah, they're all shades of purple with pink,
I have a couple
or this
purples.
one is purple with blue.
A couple purples.
So I got 2. This was actually really funny because it's Yarn Indulgence's BFL Silk Fingering and Yarn Indulgence's Merino Silk DK. We used to sell both of these.
Yes.
And we don't carry it anymore, but I was really...
We have a couple.
We have a couple left, but...
Did you get one from me?
No.
Oh, you got them both from Jocelyn?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it was really funny to trade for something that we used to sell. Somebody bought from us and then traded back for it.
No, she didn't buy them from us.
I think these colors she bought from her directly.
Yeah.
But they're nice bases.
They're
they're
lovely bases, and Yarn Indulgences does a really, really amazing dye job. Yeah. Shall I do a couple and then?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So, I lifted this one. This was the one that did not fit into this color scheme.
Oh, yeah.
Because everything else on this table is like purple and pink.
Yeah.
This is a Faking Sanity yarn. It came out of her stash.
This is a really old, from the first incarnation of our dye.
Your dye. I didn't
my
dye.
dye.
This was, oh, wow. It has our old blog on it. It's Hope hand-dyed yarn. It's a worsted weight. And this is not usually my color at all.
It's an Aran.
But, well, it says worsted.
Oh, maybe the other one was Aran. Sorry.
So, but
it was 10 years ago.
It's a
My
lovely,
memory is lapsed.
I just like the twist on it.
Yeah.
And it looks like it'll make a great hat. What a shock. So, yeah.
This was I don't like yellow, so I don't dye yellows very often. And so I had a request for a couple of skeins of like a golden yellow or golden going to copper or golden going to brown. So I dyed up a few and I had one left that hadn't sold. So,
and so
Cindy
I
grabbed
acquired it. I don't remember what, did I trade you anything for it? I think so.
Possibly, probably. I didn't bring it, whatever it was.
But yeah, that's why I was wondering if that one over there was mine, because I had one like that.
No.
Yeah, so you next.
Okay.
House of Alamode?
Sure.
Because I've got one of those.
You've got one too. Do yours
I've
and
got
then I'll
two.
do mine.
I've got two.
Yeah,
okay.
Go.
Well, this one is House of Alamode, and it is a really cool thing. It was actually a set that she forgot the other one of.
Yeah.
So there was one yarn by House of Alamode and one yarn by...
Oh, it's a big name.
Somebody else I follow on Instagram. They're like best friends.
Can't remember. It was a beautiful green. It was like mint chocolate chip ice cream. It was
and they went together.
Mint green with brown speckles.
And the green one was Mork and this one's Bindi.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a 80/20 merino nylon fingering weight. But it's this. Apparently pinks and purples have been calling to me lately.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
It's actually very similar to my first House of Alamode. This is Crocus. It wasn't the limited edition colorway, but it's got some of those same tones, purples and pinks, just slightly different shades of them. But this one's a heavier, it's a DK. It's the Dreamy DK. So this will be a hat.
This says Stunning Single, but it's not. So I'm guessing it's actually the Dreamy DK.
Oh yeah, that's the same base.
Yeah.
Just a wrong tag.
This one is a House of Alamode as well. Jocelyn did really well off, well, or we did really well off Jocelyn.
Yes.
This one's called Strawberry Lemonade.
Yeah, that's a really nice one.
Yeah.
I traded a lot with Jocelyn because I had a sweater quantity of hand dyed and she took that.
Right.
So I got several from her.
I don't even remember what I traded. I don't remember what I traded away that day.
Yeah. I know I came home with less than I left with, which was my intention.
I think I actually came home with more, but that's because I traded a couple nice skeins for like 4 skeins of acrylic.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But
this was my last one. It's another House of Alamode. It's again the Dreamy DK, and it's part of the Haunted set. And it's just a very
that's the
colorway is called Haunted Set. Sorry, and it's just a very tonal purple. I really like it, and yeah, I was clearly feeling the purples that day because I don't usually buy that much purple, and
you're wearing purple.
Lots of purple.
I have a couple more. This is a Malabrigo Rios. Not.
It actually is royal purple, despite it looking more of a indigo.
Yeah, but who
blue
knows
on the
what it'll
screen.
look for them.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's like, yeah, it doesn't look like that at all. It's royal purple.
Yeah,
not royal blue, but it's lovely. I like Rios, and somebody wanted to trade me, so it's lovely.
Yeah,
and then I got a pink skein.
Yeah, but it's got some red in it. Like I like pink with red.
She actually had 2 skeins, and the other one was like pink. This one is Malabrigo worsted, which is the single, and it's Little Lovely. But yeah, so hats all around, except for this one. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that one.
So that was our yarn swap. We had a great time. We had like some of our regulars and some people who used to be regulars but can't come on Thursday nights anymore to knit night, and some new people, and
it was
we filled like every table. We had people who had yarn like on the coffee bar and on our till counter. Like it was a full house, and it was so much fun, and we just at the end sat and knitted and chatted, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
And while you were looking for
So while I was digging out my yarn for the stash swap, I found, so I had a bag that was UFOs, and I found these, and I was like, why in the world are these in the UFO bag? They're 2 full socks right to the end, just the ends not woven in. And I was like, this is stupid, I'll just weave in the ends. And then I noticed this.
Here, I'll
one
hold one.
heel flap and gusset. So I like when I do my heel flap and gussets, I usually do the heel flap on the bottom because it reinforces the bottom part of the heel rather than the back, which is where I tend to wear them out.
And then this one is a sweet tomato heel.
Yeah. So two totally different heels that fit totally differently. So I haven't decided.
I say she should just wear them anyway.
I haven't decided. They fit perfectly. There's no reason I couldn't wear them other than... Snuffleupagus?
Yeah, him.
He's brown, not red.
So?
Anyway, yeah. So, we'll see if my brain can handle wearing two different socks or not.
I say go for it. I don't think she's going to be able to.
I might. My gauge was also a little bit different when I was knitting this one and when I was knitting this one. It's a lot looser, but I have a foot that's like substantially bigger than the other. So that actually doesn't play badly with me. But yeah, they do fit. This one is quite a bit longer than that one. But can I wear two different heels at the same time?
I could.
Not sure.
Those won't fit me.
Yeah. This is, the yarn is one we used to sell. We don't anymore. It is the Fleece Artist BFL sock.
Oh yes,
yeah.
BFL sock.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely.
In the blackberry colorway, and I love it.
Yes.
I tried so many patterns with this yarn, and in the end, I really loved it just in a, like the colorway. I really loved how it knit just in stockinette or plain rib. So I just ripped out my pattern and went with that.
A lot of times a pattern just gets lost in a...
Especially a dark variegated.
Yeah, a dark variegated. Yeah, and then it's like, whatever.
So, and I love BFL for socks. It wears a little better. I'm hard on my socks, so that is nice. So we'll see.
Well, it wasn't while I was getting ready for yarn swap, but I've been cleaning my room and I...
She found something too.
Well, I knew it was there, but I pulled out the bins from the closet and there were 2 full bins of acrylic yarn.
Like, you know, the Rubbermaid rough necks.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know if you guys have seen them, but the massive balls of...
Red Heart Comfort?
Red Heart Comfort. Well, no, it's not Comfort. Red Heart Super Saver. And then I had a bunch of Bernat Premium. I was gonna, I had these plans to do all sorts of... I started a hue shift Afghan, and I got a quarter done. And I was like, meh, no.
It's now a finished lap blanket.
No, well, baby, like crib blanket.
Yeah.
It could be. And then I started a crocheted hexagon blanket for my mom, and I was like, meh. And so yesterday...
So what you do when you have 4 blankets on the go and haven't finished any of them...
Oh, yeah, I started a new blanket. But I was like, okay, this is how I'm going to declutter my acrylic stash. I got, it is double width because I have a double bed. And I've already got like a foot.
I'd say about 15 inches, 14 inches.
That much of it done. And it's got, I think 11 colors in it so far. There's a whole bunch of different blues and a whole bunch of different grays and whites and blacks.
Yeah.
And I really like
Crochet
it.
Crochet is so nice for
so
blankets.
Fast.
It's so fast.
Yeah, so yesterday I just sat and watched TV. It was miserable out and I was like, oh, I'm not going outside.
Yes.
So, yeah, we were supposed to podcast yesterday.
Hit. We were supposed to podcast and we were like, we're not going out.
The
roads were really bad.
Yeah. So I got that much done. I sat and watched TV and crocheted. I love crochet. I even started weaving in the ends.
So proud of you.
So that I won't get to the end and have 15 bajillion ends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really happy. And my sister really likes it. So
yes,
maybe she'll get it
and
for
it's
Christmas.
machine washable, so there's a chance.
Yeah.
That it.
Yeah. So that's how I am decluttering.
What is your pattern? Just is it the Granny Stripe Afghan?
Yes, Granny Stripe Afghan by Lucy 24. No, Lucy of Attic 24. I didn't write it down, but it is the Granny Stripe Afghan. Everybody's doing it. Yeah. So I'm happy. I'm happy with my part of an Afghan. So that hopefully shouldn't take me too long.
Yeah, and that's your major whip this week, hey?
Your
biggest whip, anyway.
Oh yeah, I have many, many whips that I haven't worked on at all. I haven't worked on my sweater. I haven't worked on my shawl.
I have a whip. I have I have a hoe.
You have a hoe.
I have a mitt, but I'm gonna have her model it because it fits her better.
As I keep telling her, it fits fits me perfectly.
She has tiny little dwarf hands.
I do have tiny little dwarf hands. No, I have really short stubby hands, so they're quite wide, but it fits me perfectly. Look at this. It is amazing.
So the pattern is the Selbu mitten from Skein on Ravelry. It's like the first free one that was the DK one that she used to teach classes last year, she put out last year on Ravelry. I just changed the cuff. I just changed the cuff to a ribbed one because it was originally going to be a gift for someone, but I think it might be too long.
Yes.
I think for the recipient it would have had to be about half of a star.
I'm thinking even
or a third of a star shorter. And I didn't want to chop up the pattern or modify it once I had started and saw that. So I decided to just finish it and make it as a gift for someone else.
Actually, they fit my mom perfectly too.
They do. You both have short little dwarfy hands.
She might win out on the popularity contest.
Oh, she did bring me breakfast.
She loves my mommy. Because my mommy's awesome.
I love your mommy. She is awesome.
Anyway,
okay.
It is fabulous.
Pull this off. I want to show the thumb. Ugh.
I was showing the
Sorry,
thumb.
I haven't woven in any of the ends.
Shock.
So it has a thumb gusset here. I have apparently super meaty thumbs. So this part takes a lot more stitches than this.
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, it's a big thumb. And so I need about twice as many stitches as this to fit my thumb. So if I put this on, my hands aren't that big, but this here is all the space that I would need. Like my thumb goes to here and this is just empty space where it can't reach. And like same over here, all of that.
It would help if the thumb was longer.
Yes, but yeah. And like my thumb, the base of my thumb is actually down to here. Like it needs increases way down here.
Wacky looking hands.
So yeah, so I think I would do these again, but I would modify the thumb. There's a pattern called chicken mitts. And I'm gonna be the bad podcaster now because I didn't plan on talking about that. But it has like basically a doubled thumb gusset. Like it's a huge thumb gusset. And it fits me perfectly.
It looks hilarious.
So I think I might try something like that on my next
in color work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's easy to just make that
change up the
more like I could make the increases every 2 rows instead of 3 or whatever.
But her color work is lovely.
I love it. The yarn is the Faking Sanity Impulse DK.
Good job.
Yes, thank you. And the colorways are Goth Girl Rising and the Year of Fog.
Yes.
Yeah, I really like the colors. Actually, I was debating buying another skein of the gray and mixing it with some navy that I have at home. And somebody bought the last one. Like,
Talk about the color work, Cal.
We have a colorwork, Cal. Sorry, it's the end of the day and I'm feeling like my brain is a little slower than usual, or it's too distracted by keeping her in.
Sorry. I'm kind of tired.
Yeah. They're cute mittens.
They are.
So a few people have joined us already on the Colorwork Cal, and it's been so fun checking out your stuff. Both on our Alaska Cal and on the Colorwork Cal. But remember, you can double dip, so you can totally post in both if you're doing a project that's colorwork. And we're...
and you use more yarn.
And we're super excited. It's been fun trying out new stuff. And she hasn't yet, so feel free to message her and tell her she's crap and she needs to join in.
I have plans. I'm just...
She has plans.
I'm kind of scared. I have...
Start a small project.
I have a lovely mitt pattern, but then I was like, you know what? I should like just do like a coffee cozy or something
or
first.
Do a mini sock.
A mini sock might be a little... I don't know.
It wouldn't matter if your floats are too tight.
Yeah.
Right? Like...
Or like little mini mittens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bad.
She's bad. Tell her she's bad. Message her on all the social media. Tell her she's bad and she needs to do color work.
Okay.
It's not scary. Do it. Do it.
And nothing else. Nothing else scares me. I will do the most complex lace cables, anything, but color work? I've done it once.
Yeah.
Technically. I made my niece a giraffe that had spots on it. He was a pretty lumpy giraffe. My floats were too tight or too long, or yeah.
You should have taken my color work class.
Yeah, you did that many, many years after I made the giraffe.
Yes.
But yeah, yeah, our other cal is
Sorry. I just wanted to say the color work cal does go until the end of the year. So if you haven't put anything in yet, definitely there's lots of time, whether it's gift giving or something you start on Christmas Day. Feel free to, lots of people do a Christmas Day cast on.
Oh yes, but you have to finish it by the end of the week,
Feel free to put in a picture.
Sorry.
Does she not look like she's scratching fleas or something? Feel free to put in a project picture in our color work cal thread by the end of the year, by December 31st.
There will be a prize.
There will be. There will be, I think, an awesome prize.
And by the end of the year, we'll probably hit our next milestone on the Alaska cal. So we are knitting our way, well, knitting, crocheting, spinning, weaving, anything our way.
Anythinging?
Anythinging. Making our way along the Alaska Highway, which starts here and goes up to Fairbanks. Well, Delta Junction, I don't know. Technically, it ends at Delta Junction, but most people count to Fairbanks. We're going as far as we can up the Alaska Highway. So far, we are 541 kilometers along it. We have knit 541 kilometers.
Knit, spun, crocheted, woven, 540 kilometers.
Cross-stitched. Yeah, we've done a little bit of everything.
We
which is cool.
Didn't expect to get that far.
Well,
so
when we started it, it was just our knit night.
Yeah, just our local ladies.
And our like big goal was to get out to the golf course that's 12 kilometers out of town.
Yeah. Well, that was our short-term goal. Well, there was a long-term goal of maybe getting
we'd make it
one or two next.
Maybe we would make it to Fort St. John, which is 100 clicks down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clicks are kilometers. If you're not Canadian, we abbreviate.
I was going to say, is that a Western Canadian thing, or do...
No.
No, that's
it's a Canadian thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's Canadian? Do they do it in Britain?
I've never heard anyone but a Canadian say clicks.
Clicks. Clicks are kilometers.
Yeah.
So 541 kilometers is about...
400 miles?
Little less.
380? Somewhere around there?
No, 320-ish.
Okay.
Because 60 miles is 100 kilometers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Ish. I just know that because anywhere that our speed limit would be 100 kilometers an hour, in the States it would be 60 miles. And everyone, it's so funny because like my mom's generation, everybody talks about, oh yeah, Fort St. John is 60 miles up the highway. And I'm like, it's a kilometer now. Okay. Yeah. So our next...
So stuck in your ways.
I am so stuck in my ways. Our next milestone is Liard Hot Springs, I believe. That's what we had picked. Okay. Which is cool. So which is still another couple hundred kilometers.
Yeah. What is that? 690?
714?
Yeah. Somewhere in there. So another 150 clicks?
Yeah, which the way we've been going will not take us long.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, it's been fun seeing all the projects. I love going through it when I'm looking for ideas to knit because everybody's doing such different things.
Yes.
Like there's color work ornaments with gnomes on them, to sweaters, to hats, to
dog costumes.
Yeah. There's everything. Yeah. Everything.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
It is really cool to see what everybody's doing.
And what's popular in different areas, right? Yeah. Like what's big in Dawson Creek is not necessarily what's big in Oslo or Minneapolis. So yeah, it's very cool.
I don't know. I have to have something to do with my hands.
Okay. You should get your knitting out.
I didn't bring my knitting. Oh, that's not true. That's not true.
Anyway, the Colorwork Cal, or the Alaska Cal, is ongoing. It doesn't have an end date. We'll end when people are sick of it, or we want to start a new one, or we've hit the last milestone we think we'll get to. But for now,
just keep going to Alaska.
For now, it's an ongoing Cal, so definitely keep putting your stuff in. Whenever we hit a big milestone, we do a draw. If they're too far in between, sometimes we do a little draw in between as well. So put your stuff in. It's super fun to watch. So,
okay. Yeah. And then we're going to talk about our news from last time.
Oh yes, our Fiber Fest.
Yes.
it's super scary to put out the idea of we're doing a Fiber Fest.
Yeah.
It's even scarier to like book the hall and say, okay, we're looking for vendors. And
especially we're quite a ways away.
Yeah.
Edmonton is the closest big city and it's 7 hours away.
Yeah.
But people are coming.
People are coming. We're so excited. We put out the call for vendors, and like within an hour or so, we had, from getting applications out, we had one person in particular was super excited and was like, they messaged us on our website.
Oh, that was when we just put out the call for vendors. We didn't have the application
and on
yet.
Facebook and on Instagram, and we're like, it made our day. It was super exciting to to put yourself out there and be scared and terrified, which I do really well. I'm a professional scared and terrified-er. And so it was really cool to get a really good response.
Yes.
And
now
really
good response.
2 weeks. So we recorded 2 weeks ago when we announced, the very first time we announced it.
Yeah. And a week ago we put out vendor applications.
Yeah. And we have 2 spots left. We rent
3 spots.
3 spots left.
Yeah.
We rented 3,500 square feet plus 1,000 square feet for a classroom.
Yeah.
And we have 3 spots left. And there are some people that we'd like to have that have said they're interested that haven't submitted an application yet.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, like, do we rent an extra room? There's one more room we could rent.
Add an extra 1,000.
Or do we go with this and just say,
feet.
you know, next year we'll find something bigger, but this year it's smaller because it's our first year and we don't want to have everybody come up and not have enough sales to make it worthwhile. So, but it's super exciting. And we have awesome like dyers and makers coming, and it's so exciting. So
really cool. We have some local people.
Yeah.
And we have people from as far away as Hay River, Northwest Territories.
And Saskatchewan, bigger Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And Calgary. Those are all pretty far. Like those are kind of the 3 furthest.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. We're excited.
We're super excited. And
the last 2 weeks has been a lot less knitting, a lot more planning.
Yeah. I'm a planner. I'm paranoid and I worry about things. So the way to get around that is to plan every detail. So when we were trying to figure out like how many vendors can we approve, well, I had to draw a to-scale drawing of all the space we rented, figure out with the booths that we wanted to approve of the applications we had and see how many they fit, and then redraw it if everybody else wanted small booths or tables or big booths. And so there was a lot of, okay, if we did this, this would mean this, and do you think we can fit that many more vendors? Or if we did this, it mean we could only do this. Do you think that's too few vendors? And she rolled her eyes at me a lot this past 2 weeks. Yeah.
But
I feel better.
It's really cool.
I have a little map of our space, and it's all in pencil. But it's got an initial outline.
Cool. I'm so excited. So now our big thing will be, now we have to get the attendees.
Yep.
So, you know, if you want to make a trip to Dawson Creek, BC.
If you're into U.S. historical or World War II historical stuff.
You can come see the Alaska Highway.
You can come see the Alaska Highway, which was built, it was considered one of the engineering marvels because it was built so quickly over swamp in order to facilitate travel from Alaska to the U.S. mainland. It starts here and goes up to Fairbanks, Alaska, or Delta Junction, which is just before it. Or if you're just into checking out northern BC and being a tourist in your own country.
Basically, if you've seen Alberta, you've seen northern BC. But
no, it's totally different here. You should totally
come see the canola. Oh no, April. You won't see.
You won't see canola.
You might still see snow.
Yeah.
Our plan, the end of April, should at least not be snowing.
Yeah.
There might still be snow on the ground.
But usually the roads
will
there
be fine
by then. Yeah.
Should be. Yeah.
There's still snow like on the hills and
stuff.
Yeah,
it took us a lot of figuring out because we didn't want to do it at the same time as anyone else. Yeah. And we wanted to do it earlier in the year because the Prince George one is later in the year and everything. But we can't do it too early in the year because the roads up here are hideous in the winter. So we're very excited.
Well, and you want to make it easy for people to get here. So you don't want to make it during bad road condition season.
Yeah. So
we're super excited. If you want more details, check out our website, peacefiberfest.com. or Peace Fiber Fest on Facebook, or Peace Fiber Fest on Instagram.
Or you'll hear us talk about it.
Or you'll hear about it.
More,
us talk about it here.
Yeah.
We are on the website. We're just getting ready to start posting information about some of the vendors we've approved. So we'll have a little bit of either a vendor write-up or a vendor gallery coming up shortly. So if you're interested, keep an eye out. There will be updates there. So yeah, that's it for Fiberfest, I think.
So we have one store acquisition. Actually, did we get any? No, we didn't. Yeah, we got some new yarn. Anyway, we got new yarn.
You don't need to see it.
But we got some really cool things today.
Yes.
Faking Sanity bags!
Faking Sanity bags.
They're awesome!
Hold it closer so they can see it.
Well, I wanted to show it all. But yeah, it says, it's our little crazy sheep. And it's great. It holds tons.
Yeah, I was going to say, before I had 8 skeins of
yarn.
Of Briggs and Little, like a puffy worsted weight yarn in there
and
easily.
And then it's got a pocket in the front for your pattern or your notebook or whatever you want. And then it's got like a
little pen loop.
Though I discovered it's too small for my big thick pen. Oh, but my crochet hook would fit in there. Oh, but it would fall out.
It would fall out.
Yeah, they're just great bags.
Yeah, and it's a nice like woven nylon bag, heavy duty, reusable one.
It's a neat shape, and then it's about that wide. But
that wide being 3.5 inches.
Yeah, you can.
But it's full.
I had like tons of stuff in it earlier. So we're really excited. We're going to be selling those. I guess we'll probably put them on Etsy, but we're also selling them in the store.
Yeah.
This is our very first
merchandise
of
our own. We've had a lot of people come in and say they wish we sold something with our name on it, especially tourists coming through because they like the name and wanted to get something. So this is the first of our stuff.
We have people who like take pictures of themselves with our sign just because they think our store name is so funny. But well, and people keep asking us for t-shirts, and we're like,
we don't really have the space to store like
a bunch of
every color and every size of t-shirt. But
no place that does like promotional printing prints on decently like.
Yeah, they all go to 3X. Our complaint is that they all go to 3X.
Well, even that like a 3X fits me, and except that they come down like to my knees.
Yeah, they're not well
and they're
sized.
like because I have no neck. Anyway. Yeah. So we decided to do bags first. Yeah. But I was thinking we should probably do like mugs or something.
Yes.
Mugs would be awesome.
Mugs with yarn running out of books or something.
Or just our crazy sheep. One sheep on the other side. Anyway, yeah, so we're really happy with our new bags.
Yeah. We were thrilled to get them. We were looking for stuff for the Fiberfest actually, and ended up getting those for us. Yeah. But we'll be looking for little things for the Fiberfest. We'll be doing prize draws and stuff while we're there at the Fiberfest, and we'll be doing some little gifts for. And
there'll be some cool Fiberfest and Faking Sanity branded awesomeness. Burning impressions.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I guess we're talking about it.
Well, no, one of our vendors. She's awesome. Awesome.
We will have some awesome stuff for the Fiberfest and for Faking Sanity that will be coming from BC.
I apparently wasn't supposed to talk about it.
I asked her, should we start saying who the vendors are? And she's like, no, not yet. And then it's
6 months away. So we have to like spread the news out a little ways, right?
Yes.
But yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's our new bag. We're super excited. And I think that's pretty much the end of our knitting content.
I'm making a mini sock. What a shock.
Which yarn is this?
It was a mini.
Nikki slip?
No, it was a mini yarn indulgences.
Oh,
yes.
Yep, that looks like
something berries. Squash berries or something like that.
Squash berries?
Squashed berries.
Oh.
I don't think it's that, but it was something like that. It's great. Oh, sorry. Yeah. We did some minis in our advent calendars last year, and this was one of them. And I snaffled one for my collection.
Personal use.
I have a whole bin of
You like the minis. I hate weaving in ends, and as much as I like the look of a finished object done with a bunch of minis, I know I would never finish it. it would be a blanket with a million ends.
I think
so either
I might have to do one of these.
I'd have to live with fringe, which I hate, but just to not have to weave it in.
Because if you're crocheting like this, and as long as you don't care that you have exactly one stripe of each color, you just do that knot. The weaver's knot.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to switch it midway.
Oh, I'm going to. Not on this one, but I want to make one of these with sock ends.
Things have to be even, and yeah, that would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
People who pull eggs out of the carton unsymmetrically drives me nuts.
No, you're making it.
I'm making it shake because it's a big deal. If you pull eggs out of the egg carton, make sure it's symmetrical.
So for years, like 20 years, we've been friends.
Yeah.
And I have been pointing out the things that she's a little paranoid about, or anxious about, or
I didn't believe her
about. And she really, really didn't believe me. And then
my doctor said I was maybe dealing with some anxiety, and I was like,
maybe. She came and said that, and we're like, yeah. We've been telling you that for years.
It's like, this is anxiety.
Yeah.
I was like, but I don't feel scared or anxious or worried. And it's like, this is anxiety.
Yeah. I'm like,
oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Hey. Yeah. At least doctors are doing something about mental health issues now.
Yes. He's a great doctor. I went for like 15 years without a doctor. Just because in Calgary and here there were no doctors, and now they have a bunch of new doctors that have come in, and I got a really good doctor.
I did too. We got different doctors, but my doctor's amazing too. Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to talk to doctors who have done their schooling semi-recently or kept up to date.
Yeah. Whereas
like in high school, I went to my doctor to talk. I didn't know it was depression at the time, but basically he told me it was all in my head.
You're like, yes, but my head is part of me.
Yeah. So yeah. No, it's lovely. And I'm so glad, we've been talking about this lately, but I'm just so glad that mental health isn't
quite as taboo anymore.
Yeah, like it's okay to be like, yeah, I deal with issues, and yeah. Drugs help. I mean, not for everybody.
Yeah.
And definitely different drugs for different people. Because when she got put on the drug I'm on, it was terrifying.
It was
terrifying.
I was terrified.
Yeah, and made everyone around her terrified. Yeah. But and no. Anyway, we've talked about this before.
It was an anti-anxiety drug.
That made her super anxious.
I was so paranoid. Like, I was afraid, like, door jambs were going to fall apart as I walked under them, and the ceiling was going to collapse. Yes, you mean door jam.
Door frame.
What's the jam?
A door jam. I don't know.
Meh. English isn't my first language. I was like, French isn't my first language. Anyway, yeah, it wasn't a good one for me.
But yay, now she's on one. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, we'll go on to our culture. Our culture consumed. I can never say culture consumed.
It's because you can't talk.
I can't talk.
I have a reason. You just can't talk.
Okay.
Culture consumed is where we talk about the stuff we've read or watched in the past week or so. So if you're here for the knitting content, you may have gathered that it's gone by.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're only here for the knitting, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time. And if you like to stick around for the extra crazy bits, welcome.
I always do get a little extra crazy at the end. She often has to chop off the end because I've started just making faces and
babbled and rambled and made like rabbit ears across the street. Like whatever.
Anyway, culture consumed. Have you consumed anything?
I consumed a lot of green tea chocolate. Have you guys ever tried those?
Oh, green tea
I think I brought them on one.
You did. You showed it. And
I found some again. Our Dollar Tree. I've not seen them in any of the grocery stores, but our Dollar Tree has been carrying it. So I bought 4 this week when they had them again. So I've consumed some chocolate.
Okay, I've just been watching things that I've talked about before, like more Mighty Johnsons, which I have decided that I do like.
Yeah, that's the one with the gods.
Yeah. So it's about 4 brothers in New Zealand who are actually Norse gods. It's bizarre and the first season I was really like, I'm not sure if I like this, because there was a lot of sexism and things like that. But they really, like, especially in the second season, they really started to kind of call out their own sexism, which was really interesting. So I enjoy it. It's definitely a problematic enjoy, but
if it makes you think in the end, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, well, it makes me think. Wouldn't necessarily make everyone, but yeah, it's pretty good. I'm really, really enjoying it.
Cool. I've been just watching more of the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like stuff I've talked about. I've been watching more The New Girl. Actually, I think I'm past where you were.
Well, we were watching together, so yes, you're past where I am.
She keeps not coming out into the living room, so I watch
stuff.
Oh,
I've been trying to clean my room.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing the last.
Reorganize your room. Like
clean.
But part of it is it wouldn't take that long if you weren't reorganizing.
Oh yeah, no, my room isn't that much of a pigsty. I pulled everything out of the closet and rearranged where all my furniture. Well, I'm in the middle of rearranging where my furniture is, and then I just have these bins of junk that I just have to figure out if I'm going to keep, get rid of.
And reorganizing, like if you're moving furniture, you basically have to move everything twice, right?
Yes.
Like you move the stuff out of the way to get the furniture out of where it is, and then you have to move the stuff there, and then move your furniture, and then move the stuff back.
Yeah.
So
that's when I pulled out the bins of acrylic and went, all right, I gotta, use this. I watched Wrinkle in Time.
Oh yeah. You really loved the book. Hey?
I loved the book. Though it's funny because I really, really, really loved Madeleine L'Engle. I read like all her books when I was a kid.
I've never read any.
I thought they're fabulous. I was rereading them and they have some problems now. Yeah.
Don't stand the test of time.
They're still really well written, but now I recognize some of the racism. Well, not quite racism, but I don't know. Like Wrinkle in Time is not. Wrinkle in Time is probably one of her best ones, and they did a really, really good job. They had made it into a movie a few years back.
Oh, we were in Calgary.
Yes, and it was terrible.
Yeah, I couldn't. I watched the movie with her because she made me. Can't even tell you what it was about.
Yeah, but the new one was quite good. The three kids they had playing Meg and Charles Wallace and Calvin were fabulous. Adorable. And yeah, the witches, the misses were great. I remember the end differently.
Like they changed it or just...
Not really. I mean, I don't know. It was one of those book to movie things, and it's a book I love, so of course they're never going to get there. Yeah. The special effects were amazing. And I just love that it was such a diverse cast, and it was amazing that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really good.
That's cool.
Yeah. Anything else? Have you read anything?
Yes. I have reread something I've read probably once or twice a year. It's called A Deeper Season. That's right?
Yep.
Yeah.
By Light Gets In Sahaya.
Okay. And it is a alternate universe fanfic on the Verkozigan series by Lois McMaster-Bujold.
Fabulous.
It's on Archive of Our Own if any of you are interested. It's fabulous. And it kind of... So I had read the beginning of the series up to, I think, Komar when she first told me about this.
No. Oh, yeah, maybe up to Komar. Okay.
And so... maybe I was in the middle of Komar. Anyway, I'd read the beginning of the series, hadn't ever read the end. And then I read this Deeper Season, and I loved it. And
now it seems weird to read the original.
Like the original series seems like the alternate ending to me because I didn't read it first. So every time I read any of the books or recommend them at the store, I go, oh, I should read that again. Except I don't want to read the real book. I want to read the fanfic. And it's got... so Lois McMaster-Bujold writes this Verkozigan series, and it's kind of like space opera.
It's space opera, it is.
But it's, the Vor is a caste system. It's an Earth-like planet, that's very militaristic. And then there are lots of other planets in the galaxy that, there's interstellar space travel. But all the other planets are slightly different, but there's lots of politics involved, and there is Gregor is the emperor.
Yes.
And he became emperor when he was a child, and him and the main character Miles have been friends since they were little, and it's the deeper season kind of does a good job of showing how the relationship could have been compared to what it actually was in the main series. And I don't want to give away anything really more than that, but it's a really unique way of looking at it that I really love.
And really well written and really well and it's like novel length.
Yeah.
It is, And then there's a sequel, and then there's another sequel, but Deeper Season is the best. It's
it's a couple 100,000 words.
Yes,
I think about 200,000 words. And like the series isn't super diverse, but it's quite diverse, especially for when it was written.
Well, the main character is disabled.
Yeah, and there are races that are very different. And
there's a planet completely of men. Have you read Ethan of Athos?
No, I haven't.
It's a strange one. But it was definitely written in like the 80s. But yeah, it's all about a planet. There's this planet with just men, and they have to they send someone off planet to go steal reproductive
equipment.
Anyway, I haven't read that one again in a long time, but
it's a really good series. If you haven't read it, I love them. There's a little bit of politics for sure, which doesn't usually interest me, but it's done in a really cool way. And there's history, and it kind of it feels natural because the planet, it's just a settlement from Earth. Earth is the old planet kind of thing.
And Earth is
still around. It's part of the...
It's just kind of a minor planet.
Yeah, it's not where the main action of this story takes place.
One of the books is set on Earth.
Yes.
It's one of my...
It's lovely. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
All of the books are fabulous. We love them.
Yeah.
And
what I was going to say...
Have you?
No, I listened
Gentleman
to
Joel
it.
And the Red Queen?
I listened to it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. But what I was going to say is there's a lot of races that are different, and they deal, they have interracial friendships and relationships and crews on ships and stuff like that, and they deal with a lot of sexual diversity.
Yes.
Apparently clapping my hands together shakes the camera.
Yes, it does.
My new phone is a little heavier, so it wobbles a little more when I move.
No, it took this much.
I just didn't notice before.
No.
Okay, sorry. But anyway, you should read it. I'm going to stop babbling. Bujold.
Barrier series. I have read some of her fantasy as well, and it's excellent.
The first one, Cordelia's Honor, is awesome. That's the omnibus that kind of puts the...
Shards of Honor and Barrier together.
Yeah.
You can also start at Warrior's Apprentice.
Which is the one I like to start at. It puts you right in the middle of the action, and you're like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah.
But it's fabulous because it's a great... If you read that one and then go back and read Cordelia's Honor right afterwards, you kind of go, oh, this explains so much. And I really like it.
Yeah. Yeah. What else? I've been still on my Tamora Pierce binge. I've been listening to Terrier because I have only read that one once, and it was a long time ago, and then I have not read the sequels to that. So I figured I'd read them all. And I watched some more Hallmark movies. So yesterday, while I was crocheting, I watched 4 Hallmark movies yesterday because I just didn't want to get out of bed. So I sat in bed crocheting and watching Hallmark movies.
It was really miserable here yesterday.
It really was.
We've been doing this November wellness challenge, and it's the first 20 days, and yesterday was supposed to be go out for a walk in the sunshine, and we're like, if I go out in that, I'm gonna break a leg.
Yeah.
So
that will not be conducive to my wellness. So Hallmark movies, let's see. The dead spouses count was 4
out of 4 movies.
Yes, but one of them didn't have dead spouses, one had 2 dead spouses.
An extra cheery one.
Oh yeah, actually it was quite good. It had Jewel State in it.
Oh.
And okay, so in most Hallmark movies, so there's this thing, so many of the Hallmark movies have, one of the main characters has a dead spouse. It just because, you know,
It's a
they have to have
formula
kids.
that works.
You have to have the kids, right? And they're never like divorced. I don't know what it is, but it's usually set long enough after the spouse has died that, you know, the character is over it, or, you know,
has moved on
a little at least. And this one was actually like set not long after, and they kind of dealt with their dead spouses together, and it was really good. One of them had fake dating, because, you know, you have to have a movie with fake dating.
Fake dating.
Oh yes, when you
like
pretend
I'm dating because I don't want to be pretend I'm single.
Yes, or you
okay.
you pretend to
like my
be
parents
dating
shouldn't
because
know I'm single. So
no, or you know your brother has just come home with your ex-girlfriend.
So you bring a fake date to.
So yes,
gotcha.
Yeah, mistaken identities. Oh, the one with amnesia.
Amnesia's classic.
Yes. Yeah, it's Hallmark movies are hilarious. My mom called. Well,
they're the bad B movies of
they are.
non-action.
They're my bad B movies, but
they're rom-com bad B
yeah.
movies.
My mom called while I was in the middle of them, and I said, "Oh, I'm crocheting and watching Hallmark," and she's like, "You hate Christmas, and you're not a romantic. Why?" And I'm like, "They're fun. They're funny. I make fun of them."
That's how I watch bad B movies.
Yeah. These ones, none of the four had an instant engagement. Yeah.
I thought of another thing I've been reading.
What?
Well, listening to. I took out James Rollins' Seventh Plague from the library.
How is it?
Audiobooks are very slow.
They are. So I listen to audiobooks on 1.25.
Yeah. I haven't even made it
most
through.
of them.
It's a 4-disc set.
Yeah.
And I haven't even made it through the second one yet. And it's due back at the library day after tomorrow. So I think I'm going to just take the book home rather than renewing it.
Or just burn it to your computer.
No, we have the book here. And it's much faster. It's much faster to read.
They don't mind. You just burn it to your computer, you listen to it. It's the same thing as renewing it 3 times.
Yeah. But
they get it back.
Yeah, but I realized, like, as much as I like being able to knit or spin or whatever while I'm listening,
audiobooks aren't for you.
It's so much slower, and I have a harder time paying attention.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a very visual person, and if there's no visual to it, I get distracted and sort of wander off, and then I'm like,
what was happening?
What?
I love listening to audiobooks. I do that a lot.
I don't mind if it's something I've read before. Like, it's great, because if I zone out, I come back, I know exactly where I am, but not for something new. So I think I will, like, return this one and then just finish it by book, and then keep listening to my, Stuart McLean's and stuff like that on audiobook. Okay. Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So anything else? I think that's it.
I was just all about the Fiberfest.
Yeah, she was. My nose is itchy.
I annoyed her a lot.
No, of course you didn't.
I did. But it's okay, because she loves me. She's muttering under her breath.
No, I was counting.
Oh, I'm like, uh-oh. She's not saying, no, it's not true, so.
No. Best friend and all that, but, we annoy each other. That's all right. That's what friends do.
Yeah. Pro tip for anybody thinking of getting a roommate. Don't move in with someone you know. Move in with a total stranger. You have no expectations of each other, and so you're less likely to piss each other off about the little quirks that would drive you nuts 20 years down the road. But by then,
hopefully
you've learned to deal with them before it was just...
hopefully you don't still have a roommate 20 years down the road.
Yeah.
But it's cheaper.
Or you're broke and cheap like us.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Anyway, I think that's it.
Hi. She has to like find some. Ow. Oh, sorry. I'll move the tag.
Thanks.
So we should probably go.
Yeah.
Ow. That was my boob.
Have a great week.
See? We get a little crazy right at the end.
Yeah. I think I'm going to leave it in this time. Have a great week. See you next time.
No, don't have a great week. Yeah, do. Sorry.
Bye.